Welcome back, everybody. You are tuned into the Now Morning Show right here on TTT. We're also on Talk City 91.1 FM. Good morning to all our listeners and to all of our Facebook family there who have their own community happening. You're all interacting with each other. Good morning to you as well on the Now Morning Show Facebook page. Now, joining us this morning to discuss the Ministry of Community Development, Culture and the Arts Mentoring the Masters Program is Nadya Shah, Cultural Specialist at the Artists Registry of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Nadya.
Good morning.
And of course, Nadya, you are with the Culture Division at the Ministry of Community Development, Culture and the Arts. So welcome, and tell us about this program a little bit, Mentoring the Masters.
Well, it's called Mentoring by the Masters.
By the Masters.
And this is actually our 8th installment of the program. It was launched in 2012. And it really is a space for that transfer of knowledge from, accomplished and very well-known figures in their particular fields to up-and-coming artists who really, they need to pass that knowledge on, and new people need to learn these things that might be lost over time. So yes, this is our 8th installment, and we have an amazing lineup as usual this year.
And we'll speak about the lineup in a little bit, but let's speak more on the knowledge transfer. What you mentioned is that you're preserving knowledge from being lost. What are some of the things that has been preserved and passed on via this program?
We've had a lot of really amazing people in the program, from Earl Lovelace, Mailing, Wendell Man Warren, copper artist Glendon Morris. So persons like that who are able to really teach from their years of knowledge, their years of just learning and honing their craft to the point where they become, the master, the mentor in it.
Right.
And then they can really, through the workshops that we have, because it's small workshops, and it's for a period of time where you really get to interact one-on-one with that mentor and really learn from them, learn everything that they have learned over the years. So it's a really great opportunity.
So tell us about what the program entails in a little bit more detail. You mentioned a workshop. What else is there?
Well, the main way that the program works is through those one-on-one workshops. And the workshops usually happen for a series of months. Now, things are a little bit different this year given the current climate. We would have started the program in June, so you would get like a solid 3 months with the mentor. This year, we have about 2 months to play with to run those workshops, but they still will be very intense.
Right.
You are still getting 60 to 80 hours with this mentor.
Wow.
And we are kind of taking a mixed method approach this year with both online and in-person classes.
Well, considering the pandemic and all. So the way in which the online will be done, is it via Zoom or one of those other platforms?
Most likely, yeah, through Zoom. We kind of are allowing each mentor to figure out what works best for them with their mentees. That's one of the great things about this program is, as much as the ministry runs the program, we do allow the mentors to have control of how they want to shape their classes in every way. So they shape their course outlines. We don't tell them what to do. Right. After all, they are the authority in that particular field. So if they feel like the in-person and the Zoom classes would work best, if they feel maybe just the in-person with, certain classes just being run by Zoom, because when it comes to these types of programs, in person is always better.
Right.
So we have to bear that in mind.
So I was going to ask, what about some of the more hands-on things like fashion design and the like? How are they going to mentor in that regard? And what measures are going to be put in place considering the restrictions and the guidelines that we have right now because of the pandemic?
So we are adhering to all the guidelines that would have been put out by the government, all health and safety guidelines. And the classes are small, and we are ensuring that they are in spaces where people can actually have that distance from each other.
Right.
So we do site visits beforehand to each venue to ensure that, all the safety measures are being put in place. And we also will be providing things like hand sanitizers and masks and whatnot for the program. For those that have to do the in-person classes, there are always elements of anything like this that have theory. So the more theory-based aspects of it can be taught online. So we are minimizing that interaction where we can.
Definitely. Now let's speak about the lineup of the masters who will be mentoring the others. Who can we expect this year?
So this year we have 4 mentors. We have Helen Camp in theatre art, Maria Lee in Chinese folk art, Sashri Miraj in visual arts, and Deborah Moore Miggins in Tobago folk art speech band.
Wow.
So we actually have quite a range of persons this year in different locations. And this is the first year that we have a mentor who will be doing classes in Tobago.
That is fantastic news for Tobago, especially. And how can interested persons enroll? What are the requirements, really?
So the application is completely online, and you visit cdca.gov.tt and you click to access the application. Now, we do fully online applications just because it's much easier for us to collect the information and also to share the necessary information. Also, by not doing paper, we are minimizing having to be in contact with persons. But we also do have systems available at the ministry just in case there's anybody who cannot access the internet from home.
Right.
And the requirements vary for each program. So in the application form, there will actually be comprehensive information as to what is required to be part of each program. And you can only apply for one particular mentor at a time. So you can't apply to the 4 classes or 3 classes. You really just have to choose one to apply.
Right. Because I guess the space, of course, will be limited. And so say, for instance, I was interested in it and I have, let's say, visual arts. Let's say I have 0 talent in visual arts, never done it before, but I wanted to learn from the best. Can someone like me do that?
So there are years where we have mentors that take persons with absolutely no, knowledge in the field. But this year, so for instance, in visual arts, Shastri Miraj does want persons who already have some base knowledge in the area.
Right.
So like I mentioned earlier, we allow the mentors to really design the courses to suit what they are looking to do. And some years we really do have persons who will take novices. We have those who want people who are more advanced. So all of that is in the application, and you will get all that information on the requirements when you go through the application.
Let's go back in time a little bit. How has the response from it been, for the past installments of this program?
We have had up to 100 and something persons each year, up to 80 something. It depends on how large each particular mentor wants their class to be. But we tend to not have the classes be over 20 persons. Otherwise, you lose that one-on-one contact with the mentor.
Right.
So in general, the classes are 15 to 20 persons.
15 to 20.
Per mentor.
Yeah. And what has the feedback been from those who would have attended the mentoring by the masters?
We have had people who have gone on to really do excellent work in the particular field, people who have done copper design with Mr. Morris, because in that course they learned how to do jewelry as well. And we've had persons who have gone on to launch their own jewelry line. We've had those who have been mentored by Earl Lovelace who have published books. We have those who have been mentored by Mailing who have gone on to launch their own fashion business. So it really is a great program. And I mean, the really great thing about it is that it is free to apply. It is free to take part. The only thing you may incur costs if you have to purchase materials for the particular workshop, but everything is free to the public.
And that's fantastic news, and the best price ever, always free. But, although it's free, people need to understand that not because it's free, it does not have value of, something that someone may charge an exorbitant price for. Yeah.
It's, we facilitate these workshops for free because we understand that not everyone may have access to do these kinds of things. And it really is an amazing opportunity as well to be able to work with these mentors because they themselves may not have thought about ever doing a workshop like this.
Right.
We have had mentors in the past who have never taught, who have never even thought about teaching, and they sat down and they designed a course, and then they were completely blown away by the process once it was completed. And many of them have said they want to continue teaching after this.
I can only imagine. Well, looking forward to the upcoming program. Well, the registration has already started, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And for more information, they can check the ministry's website, correct?
Yes, cdca.gov.tt, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. And like I said, it's an online application. So you click that link and the application closes on the 27th of July.
Fantastic. Well, with that, Nadya, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us this information. I have been chatting with Nadya Shah, Cultural Specialist at the Artist Registry of Trinidad and Tobago with the Culture Division at the Ministry of Community Development, Culture and the Arts. Thanks again, Nadya.
Thanks for having us.